When I tell people that I use Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets on my autocross Mustangs, the question I get asked most often is, do they actually make a difference? I've used Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets on my 1992 GT, my 2000 GT, and my 2004 V6 for years. Between all three cars, I've put Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets to the test at over 200 autocross events. That's more than 800 autocross runs. This video shares my honest autocross-tested review of Steeda's 555-8112 1987 to 1993 Mustang and 555-8109 1994 to 2004 Mustang aluminum sway bar brackets. I'll also provide some install tips and let you know if I think Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets are a must-make mod for your autocross Mustang. This is not a paid promotion. Always check the SCCA rules for your category before installing Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets. My 1992 GT uses an older set of Steeda's 555-8112 aluminum sway bar brackets with a Steeda 1 3/8 inch sway bar and now discontinued Steeda Delrin sway bar bushings. I used polyurethane sway bar bushings in the past. My 2000 GT uses Steeda's 555-8109 aluminum sway bar brackets with a Steeda 35mm front sway bar and Steeda Delrin sway bar bushings. This car also previously used polyurethane sway bar bushings. My 2004 V6 used the 555-8109 brackets with a 35mm Eibach front sway bar and polyurethane bushings. I recently switched to a Steeda 35mm front sway bar, but I haven't competed in any events with the new sway bar. Before I review the quality, performance, and durability of the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets, let's go over their features and benefits. First, some fine print. Steeda says their aluminum sway bar brackets are designed to work with their Fox Body 1 3/8 inch and SN95 35mm front sway bars. I know the 555-8109 sway bar brackets will work with an Eibach 35mm SN95 front sway bar. But because sway bar bends can vary between brands, you shouldn't automatically assume these brackets will work with front sway bars from other companies. When I emailed Steeda to ask if their brackets will work with OEM sway bars, I got this reply. The brackets were designed to work with the Steeda sway bars. With the correct style and size bushing, they should work with the factory bar. We have not tested this, so we are not able to say for sure. Steeda calls these lightweight aluminum sway bar brackets. But I can say with certainty that the Steeda 555-8112 brackets and hardware weigh more than OEM Fox Body brackets and hardware. I suspect the same is true for the SN95 brackets. Steeda sway bar brackets are made from billet aluminum. Clearly, they're a lot beefier than the stamped steel OEM sway bar brackets. The Steeda brackets come with hardware. Unfortunately, they don't come with instructions, and instructions aren't available on Steeda's website. I've made a few videos that cover the importance of choosing the correct front sway bar. Sway bars are used to fine-tune the handling of your Mustang. Brackets, sway bar bushings, and end-link bushings matter when you're looking to get every ounce of performance out of your pony. OEM sway bar brackets can flex when you're flinging your Mustang around on an autocross course. The Steeda sway bar brackets eliminate that weak link and allow the front sway bar to do its job more effectively. Installing the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets isn't hard, but it helps to have another set of hands. If you don't have a helper, you can use painter's tape to keep the bolts positioned in the frame rail of 94 to 04 Mustangs, and to keep the base of the bracket in place while you position the sway bar. It's also helpful to use a jack stand on the opposite side to hold the sway bar level. On 94 to 04 Mustangs, the wider edge of the base faces the outside of the car. Use the proper lube anywhere the sway bar bushings touch metal. Put the end links in the sway bar and the A-arms, but don't fully tighten the end links before you torque the sway bar bracket bolts. It can be very hard to rotate the sway bar by hand once the bracket bolts are tight. Torque the sway bar bracket bolts to the factory specs. It took me about 1.5 hours to install the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets on my cars. So what do I think of the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets after putting them to the test on hundreds of autocross runs? As soon as you look at the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets, you can see the quality. They are precisely machined to hold the bushings tightly, and the hardware fits perfectly. Before I bought my first set of Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets, I definitely had my doubts about them. When I bent an OEM sway bar bracket on my 1992 GT, I upgraded to the aluminum brackets. I figured I'd never bend another OEM sway bar bracket, until I discovered that I bent an OEM sway bar bracket on my 2000 GT. So that brings me back to the big question. Do Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets actually make a difference? Based on my experience, yes. If you've removed the other weak links from your front suspension and you know what to feel for, you'll notice a difference after installing Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets. Now, upgrading your sway bar brackets isn't going to dramatically improve the handling of your car, but you will get clearer feedback from the front end and a little more confidence when you're throwing your car around on course. When every thousandth of a second counts, that does make a difference. After attacking autocross courses for years, the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets on my cars haven't bent or broken. There's a little oxidation on the aluminum, but that's to be expected. I do a nut and bolt on my suspension parts every off-season. The Steeda sway bar bracket hardware has never been loose. Maybe the best thing I can say about the durability of the Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets is that I never ever worry about them holding up under autocross conditions. But are Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets a must-make mod for every autocross Mustang? A stiffer front sway bar is always the last suspension mod I make. By the time I make that decision, I've removed the vast majority of weak links from my cars. Based on my experience with bending OEM sway bar brackets, I'm going to install Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets if they'll work with my front sway bar. But if you ask other autocrossers who've put stiffer front sway bars on their Mustangs, many would say they've never bent an OEM sway bar bracket. So if you're building on a budget, or you've changed your front sway bar before addressing the other weak links in your suspension, I would not prioritize upgrading your sway bar brackets. But if you're at the point where you're looking to optimize the benefits of your stiffer Steeda front sway bar, Steeda aluminum sway bar brackets offer high quality, solid performance, and autocross-tested durability.